Well, hello everyone to my first War Thunder commentary. This is actually my first commentary of any kind, but as you can see, War Thunder post commentary of a recent match. So, because of using shadow play and how that whole recording system works, we're jumping straight into the action with the M24 Chaffee. It's a fast, reliable light tank for the USA with a pretty good gun, the standard light tank spotting mechanic, and a nice 50 cal on top that can come in handy in a lot of different situations. So in this circumstance, we're just pushing into the map very quickly, just trying to maybe find a good flanking position to put side shots into enemies as they push towards the objective, and just try and figure out where the enemy team is, spot them out, just to assist our allies who are probably going to be sitting a bit further back and trying to shoot them. So early on, we spot a Sherman, and as you can see, I'm just getting stuck on this riverbed. Uh, this riverbed just really loves my right track, but we're just trying to see if we can find shots on that Sherman. Not really able to find any. Um, and actually, I'm also playing a light tank because I really want to play out some planes and ground forces this match. And light tanks, the spotting mechanic actually helps reduce the cost of just the planes to spawn, and also light tanks are really cheap to spawn compared to other ground vehicles, but they're still capable of doing the damage, making them ideal for then getting in an aircraft right after. So, we see that the enemy team has managed to cap the A point, and I don't really have any shots from where I was, so I'm just trying to push into the map, see if I can find any shots uh, on just any enemies, because right now I'm not seeing any. So, as we come up on this hill, we can see the part of the capture point. Just looking around with our binos, still not really able to see any, and we see that someone is on the middle of the cap. Those chevrons there are marking that someone was hit right near there. And you spot the Sherman. First shot just hits the side of his turret and doesn't pen. That was just badly placed. But the next shot, easily through the side of his tank, take him out. And then we spot this Panzer IV off to the side, take a quick shot at him, go straight through the side of the turret. Unfortunately, if we had shot a little lower, probably could have gone the one shot. Then, because the chevron from the spy mechanic was to the left, I tried to shoot him again, see if I could get him through the smoke, but we get taken out from behind by a Dickomax. We just spot him on the map. But that was enough to manage to spawn in our Corsair, even with rockets. So, here's where it gets interesting. In close air support, you gotta be watching really what's happening on the whole map rather than just what's right around your tank. So as we're flying towards the battlefield, we gotta one watch, is there any enemy fighters up? Because that's gotta be our first priority, as if we don't kill them, they're definitely gonna kill us. The second thing, because we have these rockets, we gotta look for targets, enemy tanks that we can actually effectively kill with these rockets, as they aren't the most powerful, but that are still going to be key targets for us to eliminate because they're somehow going to be a problem for the rest of our team. So, one such target is that Diggermax that took us out. He's in a pretty good position off to the side of the map. He's got a very powerful gun, and I doubt the rest of our team is really looking for him. Additionally, he's open top, which means that with one good strike, we should be able to pretty much take him out. Then, just after making one strike at him, we go up and we spot that there's actually an enemy aircraft just spawned. So, gotta get these rockets off quick just to lose the weight, because right now they're hampering our performance a little bit, and we gotta have as much performance as possible if we're about to get in a fighter versus fighter engagement, to just dump the rockets into this Panzer IV, only get the tracks and transmission, but that's still some points, and we go up after this fighter. We start in a head-on, completely miss our shots, he's missing a lot of his, but somehow we manage to get the pilot, and that's a win. Although he has oranged our wing, which is gonna hamper our performance for as long as we stay up, unless we return to base and repair it. So, now going back to strafing targets on the ground. Again, going after that Decker Max because he's got a strong gun. Right now, he's getting into a pretty good sniping position that our friendlies just aren't going to expect him to be in. And because he's open top, we can pretty easily still strafe him with our machine gun, hopefully getting the kill. Unfortunately, don't get much there. Managed to take out a crew member and his gun breach, so we won't be able to fight, but not nearly enough to get the kill. And we get shot at by some enemy self-propelled anti-aircraft, SPAA, but they only managed to yellow our tail, so we're still good, pretty effectively flying. Just flying around looking for more targets, and we see that there's some people pushing towards the cap, and the enemies are actually capping the main point. So we fly in, strafe them out, and that effectively spots them for our team. So hopefully our teammates will be able to easily shoot and take them out, even though we can't really effectively take them out from the air with just our machine guns. Then we spot these two tank destroyers sitting back here, and they're both open top, so we can hopefully take them out with our machine guns. Very quickly eliminate the first one. No real good shots on the second one because he turned to face us, but that's okay. We still just can fly around, see if we can find more shots on other people. Then there's a lot of enemy SPA firing at us, but they're all the way back in their spawn, halfway across the map, so they can't really put effective fire at us. If they want to really be shooting at us effectively, they've got to get a whole lot closer to the objective where we're flying actually around and trying to look for targets. So then we try strafing out the Dicker Max again, and we're constantly looking at that enemy air spawn to see if any enemy fighters have spawned in. Going in again on that Dicker Max, hopefully trying to get the kill this time. You know, we've strafed him out, launched a rocket at him, haven't really gotten anything. We managed to set him on fire, and there we go. Finally managed to kill him. And then we spot there's an enemy aircraft up, and the P-51's already going in and engaging them. So, I want to help that P-51 out. P-51, probably not the best aircraft for this. Honestly, the Corsair, not the best low-altitude fighter, and our wing gets sawed off by an enemy SPAA. But that's okay. We get a couple hits into that enemy aircraft, and then we just J out and get ready to spawn in our next tank, or next vehicle, but in this case it's gonna be a tank, because we don't have the capture point, we overall don't have a whole lot of map control, and we don't have enough to spawn another aircraft. So the best choice here is probably gonna be the Sherman, just because it's nice, well-rounded medium tank, pretty mobile, great gun, decent amount of armor. It's just gonna be able to get the job done, and it's gonna be what we need when we're pushing this objective, because as you can see, our team doesn't have that many tickets left. So we really need to decap the A point and really get the ticket situation under control and figure out what we're gonna do here to pull out a win. Because if it continues like this for much longer, we are going to lose this game. So there we spot out there's a couple enemy aircraft up, call them out to our team in just the text chat. And one thing you should keep in mind is pretty much all American tanks have this roof-mounted 50 cal. I mentioned it with the Chaffee, but it's not only nice for engaging light tanks or SPAA or other just weak vehicles, but it's also very good for turning any American vehicle into a makeshift SPAA, capable of just shooting a little bit at aircraft, pestering them, making them feel pressured and not actually ready to put an effective strike in on your friendly tanks. But our teams managed to take out all the enemies on the cap, and we are capping the point. So hopefully we should reverse this ticket bleed very soon. There we go. And we spot a Stug. On the move, with that shortstop stabilizer moving pretty slow, we're able to put a shot straight through his side armor. And actually, a lot of these kind of lower tier German tank destroyers, and a lot of lower tier tanks in general, have pretty weak side armor. So if they're showing much of it at all, you might want to shoot for that over the front armor, and you'll probably have a better chance of actually hitting them. But here, we've got me and a couple other just medium tanks shooting at the aircraft, and you can see that's about as effective as any one SPAA is going to do. So make sure that you're using your 50 cal, really harassing enemy aircraft as they're coming in. So at this point, we have the objective. I haven't really seen any enemy tanks around, and so we're just pushing towards this spawn when I spot this Hetzer. Hetzer is a very well-armored frontally tank destroyer, and so we just put a shot into his front, easily bounces off. But, again, very weak side armor. The Hetzer's side and roof armor is incredibly thin. If he's showing pretty much any, you should shoot for it. And it's probably even more so than other tank destroyers and medium tanks. But here again, we don't see a whole lot of tanks around, and so just trying to launch a couple of shots at these aircraft, see if we can just do a little bit of damage to them just to degrade their performance a little bit, help out our friendly air, and get them to not feel comfortable at any point. Because if a aircraft is really feeling comfortable and in control of the sky, you as a tank are going to be in for a bad time if they have any sort of ordnance. So here, we're just driving around when we spot an enemy tank pushing in for the objective. We launch a snapshot and only get his commander, unfortunately, but then we spot this Stug, easily shoot him in the side, very easy kill, and then we're trying to push in it, see if we can kill this guy before he manages to cap out the point, but unfortunately we only get the driver, no gunner or his gun breach or anything like that, and he manages to kill us. So here, that's okay, because we have a good lineup. Even though we could spawn an aircraft here, we want to spawn the Chaffee again, because we really need a tank so that we can really secure the objective, make sure that this is a win, rather than just, getting a little more damage in with an aircraft. Additionally, this match was actually researching towards the M41 Bulldog, which comes right after the Chaffee, and so the more damage we can do with the Chaffee, the better, because it's just going to be more research points. So here, as we're driving in towards the map again, watching out for any enemy aircraft, seeing how much we can put that 50 cal to use, just watching, are there any enemy tanks around, where's the next target we have to engage. And no one has the capture point right now, so I can see that my tanks are far enough off, so there's no enemy tanks on the cap. It's not like this canceling the cap. And here, we're just sitting in the open, engaging this EF-110, I believe it is, and we actually managed to set him on fire, which then eventually will actually kill him, which is very nice, air kill, always appreciated, especially one that's just that easy to just gun down with the 50 cal. So at this point, neither team has the capture point. The enemy just starts capping it, and we are very low on tickets. So we really need to secure this game. So we spot out the enemy who's actually capping and just butcher a shot onto him. But 50 cal, we managed to dink him in the gun breach, but it's probably not enough. Then we just shoot one over him. I'm just haven't used this gun in a while. But the 50 cal manages to come through, hitting his final crew member in the leg and killing him. And that stops the enemy team from capping. So we really need to secure this objective. But as you can see, our team already has 2 to 3 tanks pushing in to secure it. They're capping it out. So I gotta go try and spot out any enemies around, see what I need to do to help them capture and not be pressured. So we spot a whirlwind over there, but unfortunately he's quickly gets behind cover. We don't really get any shots. Then spot an enemy fighter, so we call out the BF-110. And I specify it's a BF-110 because they can carry considerably more ordnance than something like a BF-109 or a Focke-Wulf. Um, at this point, we're just trying to see if we can spot any enemies, pushing just leisurely kind of towards their spawn, um, and trying to kind of set up a defensive perimeter around the capture point so that we can hold it and actually pull through a win here. Then we see our friendly gets taken out, but that an enemy similarly gets taken out over here. Uh, so just shifting our attention towards where it seems the action is going on, still not really seeing anything. Then we spot this Italian tank destroyer up on the ridge, and we just miss right above him. I just do not know the trajectory of this gun. But the second shot, we've ranged him in, easily put it straight through the side of his tank. That side armor, again, very weak. Uh, and then we get ambushed by a Panzer III. I just was not paying attention, didn't see him, but we drive towards him, which makes it so that his second shot just bounces off our upper front plate, and his third shot he puts into our engine, which means that he does not manage to hit our gunner, and we manage to put a shot straight center mass and kill him. Then, because we're just sitting here repairing, I'm just looking towards their spawn generally, seeing if I can see anything, and we almost get ambushed by this Panzer IV. But we managed to put a shot into his turret crew just before he's able to put a shot into us. He really should have had us there, but luckily we're able to spot him, take out his turret crew, and finish our repair in peace. He drops smoke and backs off, but we managed to spot him, so we still know pretty much where he is. He doesn't know where we are once we finish repairing. So, knowing where he is, I don't want to push straight into him. I want to kind of see if I can get around him and kind of play off that he's going to probably be looking more towards the objective. And therefore, if I can get his side, I'll get a very easy kill. Then spot this SPAA here. Luckily, it's already dead, but the corpse is still just sitting there. Which signifies that that player is actually sitting spectating the battle. And then we spot the Panzer IV, but he dies while our shot is in the air, unfortunately. But then we manage to just spot this whirlwind over here, easily put a shot through his side, kill him, one shot. I mean, it's a whirlwind, APHG's gonna do that. And that's the game. 12 kill game, first place on the team. And how much do we get for it? Just about 4,000 experience towards our M41 Bulldog.